Okay.
Hello everyone, love and respect. It's June 6th, it's June 5th, Saturday, 2010. I'm Roxanne Grinage, founder, HigherLyrics.org, Higher Lyrics Administrative Services, and demonstrator of a U.S. Citizens Control public docket database. I'm on my way to yet another job interview. Okay, wish me luck. But before I go, I thought I would just hold up our latest new Civil Rights Movement banner that says very clearly, for the sake of 32 families so far documented here in the U.S. Eastern District of Pennsylvania, particularly Philadelphia, City of Philadelphia, victims of City of Philadelphia DHS, deliberate records mismanagement, corruption, financial motivation, and partnership with Philadelphia Family Court of Common Pleas. I just want to give a heads up that Lorraine Grinage's emergency petition remained unscheduled for over a week, and on Friday we got an integrous clerk of court who was able to determine for us that Judge Robert Matthews has deferred the unscheduled stamp filed May 27th emergency petition with proofs of Eric Brown and Sandra Sullivan's child abuse, child maltreatment in the commission of my grandchildren, Ezekiel and Ariel Brown, Lorraine Grinage's children, Ezekiel and Ariel Brown, while in the commission of several felony fraud crimes, including bigamy, Social Security disability fraud, perjury to begin with, starting with the DR number 0C0705124 was opened, starting with perjury to Timothy Pacente, who reinforced it and submitted a positive for cocaine drug test results to Fern Brown Kaplan, who accepted the perjury testimony of a dishonest Children's Hospital of Pennsylvania CHOP social worker, Patricia Lee, whose verbal testimony depended on stealing the identity of Lorraine Grinage's godmother and was not at all congruent with the written report of the social worker. She never knew us, she never met us, and she made false statements in there, and we have in her report, and one of which was she said that Eric Brown was the one managing the care of the children, and we have proof that we were taking care of Eric Brown and Lorraine Grinage's children, and Lorraine Grinage was in our household, all of them for 5 years, all of us together, because Eric Brown continually abandoned his family, his children, because of constant relapses, drug addiction, alcoholism, and several other con artistry, theft by deception, of stealing mechanics' tools and from former employers, and even a vehicle from one employer. Okay, so I just want to say, because this is growing and we have 32 families, in our letter of intervention request that Eric Holder sent certified is received at the U.S. Department of Justice, I want to just reiterate and keep stressing and informing on behalf of now 32 families here in Philadelphia County and 302 families across this nation having standardly accessed and been documented for being victimized by CPS corruption in government, in addition in collusion with a court reform state of emergency, abuse of immunity language in 1983 Civil Rights Act, goes like this. A new civil rights movement. All CPS, DHS, and family court decisions are not in the best interest of children. Families fight back, say no more. DHS demonic horror stories. Together, working class, students, small businesses, and impoverished corruption and government victims can slow and eventually stop the child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency. Everyone, on June 12th here in Philadelphia at the Marriott Convention Center, there's a convention that's honoring fathers as fathers should be honored. But Mayor Michael Nutter and District Attorney Seth Williams are scheduled to speak to that constituency of fathers. Anyone having access to ask them questions or to get the word to them, as we've already pleaded with them in writing, notices, letter notices, and documented proofs for the third time, please, Mayor Michael Nutter, Philadelphia District Attorney R. Seth Williams, Roberta Trembetta, Chief Counsel Adoption Court, Anne Marie Ambrose, Commissioner DHS, Governor Rendell, and gubernatorial and senatorial candidates, break your silence. break your silence on the documented child slaughter, U.S. economy fraud, court reform, state of emergency, documented occurring to at least 32 families here in Philadelphia, and 302, we don't expect the Pennsylvania public officials to be accountable for what's going on in other states, but we would like, as a constituency, as a group of families, taxpayers, and citizens of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, having Commonwealth of Pennsylvania constitutional rights, to please have our public servants, our public officials, please weigh in, and with an opinion or an announcement, at least a recognition that you know that this is going on, that there are criminally contrived, financially motivated orders about domestic relations coming out of our Court of Common Pleas that serve no other purpose than to act in factory-like fashion to fast-track the sale of our children to City of Philadelphia's cash cow, a state agency, Department of Human Services, foster, evaluator, pharmaceutical, and adoption contractors. Just because our city is in a financial crisis does not mean it's okay to take and save the bottom line, regardless of whose blood has to pay for it. The careers and futures and well-being of Philadelphia families are being sucked dry in vampire-like fashion with no accountability whatsoever. Raise your consciousness. Let's have work ethic, synergy, and intent. Let's be moral. Let's do the right thing. Save children of all ages from CPS, corruption, and government. This is Roxanne Grinage. Thank you very much, Lorraine Grinage, for holding the camera for me and the banner. And everyone, continue to pray for the rescue of my grandchildren, Lorraine Grinage's children, being abused by Eric Brown and Sandra Sullivan, and verified injured. Ezekiel and Ariel Brown. And continue to pray for the rescue of all Philadelphia family court-ordered, DHS adjudicated, dishonest social worker, misconduct, abused, and injured children. God bless everyone. Thanks to me.